Cheers! Welcome to my channel. This is a daily tarot oracle reading. Tattle Tales from the Vector. This is general or collective, so parts of it may or may not resonate with you. General means that it is for anyone who wants to watch. It's about you. And collective is, if you've subscribed, it probably will be a little bit more specific for you. All right, that's who I consider my collective. All right, we do have the energy underlying. This is lapidolite, and lapidolite is lining up the heart and the crown chakra. This is the very first crystal I ever owned, flower. And so I did a quick meditation, and this is the card that came out for the tarot. And the tarot is talking about, this card is talking about the element of air, your thoughts. The swords represent your mental intelligence and discipline of your mind. This is talking about aggressive outer conflict coming towards you. And it's talking about, like you're standing your ground for sure. It's talking about, cutthroat energy. And you actually, these people have laid down their swords. So you won the 2 fights here. And I think they're kind of like shocked. Like they look like they're kind of like, what happened? And you're like, I am going to stand up for myself. It's not like you want to fight, but if you have to, you will. That's the energy I'm picking up. And but this is even the clouds in the background here look like really like jagged and rough, And this outer conflict quite often will cause inner conflict, of course. And so this card sometimes represents that cutthroat outer conflict and a risk-it-all mentality causing your mind to be in conflict. And this is talking about the 3 versions of you in that case. It's talking about your subconscious mind, which is formed by the time you're 6 or 7. And this is generally like, we don't remember very much from when we were a baby and under the age of kindergarten. You might have some memories. Some people have more than others. But basically, your subconscious mind is made up of the thoughts of the people who provide your environment. Basically, when you're a baby, you are like a sponge absorbing your environment. And this energy is your culture, your religion, the food you eat. How do your parents approach money? How do are they professionals? Are they what do they do for an occupation? What neighborhood? What country? All of that energy is heavily imprinted on you. And when you get into conflict like this, what happens is that's the first mind to pop up, but it's not the most reliable because it's really the thoughts of others. And then we have the unconscious mind, which is your spiritual needs. And the unconscious mind, a lot of people will agree, yes, I'm a human being and I have a soul. But from the unconscious mind's perspective, you're a soul and you're traveling in a human body. And if the subconscious mind does not feel the needs getting met on a spiritual level, it'll start arguing with the subconscious and the conscious mind. Your conscious mind is what you have a handle on. You can relate the story of what happened here. These 2 people approached me and they started a fight and I had to fight them. They laid down their swords and now they're a little confused, but they're walking away dazed and confused. And this is the energy. You're like, if I have to, I will fight the next person that comes at me as well. I'm not putting up with this energy anymore. And so if you can get your subconscious, unconscious, and conscious mind working together, it'll calm things down, especially if you can plug it into your heart and just stick with your heart, heart's desires. We do have this energy here, and that's why it's coming up in this way. And we'll get to that in a minute. But this is the underlying energy, this outer conflict coming towards you. And then look, this is the card that came up from my oracle. This is one of the tactics that people use. There's 7 of them that I have. And I call them the snowflakes. You know, you can handle a flake, anyone can handle a flake or two, but if you get a whole bunch of snowflakes and they pile up, it can get so heavy to shovel after a while. And this is talking about, like, with friends like this, who needs enemies? And it's about swimming with sharks. So that's one of the worst case scenarios, is when the people that you've invited into your inner circle, or that all, you know, family, friends, peers, all of that type of energy, when some of them you know, they are creating dissension within the community with you. So this is talking about, you know, purposefully causing people this conflict between you and other people. And you might not even be aware it's going on. You just kind of like, why all of a sudden are people acting like this? And it's like, well, they're saying you did this or you said that or whatever is going on. And so this is just talking about this inner and outer conflict and how to resolve it. That's what the underlying energy is. This is about lining up your heart chakra with your intuition so that you can find really constructive ways to deal with this. Now we have the 10 of Cups, and I love to see that this is here. This is talking about, you know, after being in this kind of energy, you may have been doing the best to just keep moving and living your life as best you can, you know, the call to dance, like doing what you're called to do. And this is saying that after a lot of hardship, that this rainbow is talking about the calm and the love and everything coming in after the storm. And so this is saying that this is fulfillment being promised to you because you've stayed on your path. And we've got this card following it. So this is talking about better days to come for sure. After the storm comes the rainbow and the light. And so the 10 of Cups is talking about the promise of a fulfilling life. And is it going to be absolutely perfect no, not in a perfectly, it's perfectly imperfect in an imperfect world. But this is talking about having all the kinds of love that you've always wished to have. It's talking about, you know, love with that special someone, and they love you and you love them, and having the beautiful children, living in, you know, somewhere that you really love to live, having a career that you love, loving your neighbors and your the community around you, and also being supported by that community and at work and at home. So this is a real awesome card to begin with. It's talking about having a promise after this difficulty. And then we have the divine. This is talking about a reward that you are being given by the Most High for staying on your destined path. This energy here is representing the pentacle energy. And pentacles in tarot represent the element of earth and earthly matters, so the physical matter on earth. And it's talking about your health, wealth, and happiness in the 3D world. It's you know, the pentacle represents the element of earth. And so money is a big part of that, but it's not just about money, it's about lifestyle. So having all the love you want and a reward coming in for following your North Star energy and doing your best despite the difficulty to stay on your designated, destined path, the one that you came here to be here for. So you have done your best to keep going and moving forward. That's the energy of this reading again coming out. And it's also talking about past hardship here. And this is this energy here, I feel very much so. This is about, you know, yeah, of course, this is really upsetting when you see this card. You can clearly see this is heartache or heartbreak. There's 3 swords in the heart. Like, how is someone supposed to recover from this? But then when you look at it again, you notice that the heart is actually really big in context with the swords. And so this is energy that, like, these are more like stakes. Like, you might be hanging out with, you might have been hanging out with vampires sucking your energy, you know, that kind of energy. And so this is talking instead about the healing and forgiveness. And this is something you do for yourself so that you can heal and move into this energy and then have that love coming in that you've always wanted, and being able to give love and receive it in this, and having the reward of the lifestyle basically that you've dreamt of. And so this energy it can be talking about gossip, slander. This could be an energy of you being afraid to speak your truth for whatever reason. The heart's in the throat. It's talking about like this, like really this, the anxiety it causes when you have this conflict coming at you and you don't know why or what's happening. Why is this happening like this? And this energy is in romantic love. It can be saying that there's a third party energy that has broken up a couple. It can also be talking about, people in your inner circle that that are close to your heart. And but if you can get, this is what I was saying about, if you can get the subconscious, the unconscious, and the conscious mind plugged into your heart's desires and focus on that, this will help for you to heal that inner conflict caused by this. And the less inner conflict you have, the more you're likely to receive this, and it will attract less of this. It's easier said than done at times. Sometimes this can also represent perjury in court. And so we do have this energy of the high priestess. The high priestess is sitting in between these extreme forces, and there's all this information coming at her. And this could be how you feel, like you're like, I don't even know where to begin. Like, I don't even know what's being said. I don't know, like, I don't understand what's going on here. And the high priestess, she has to ask the logical question. Like, she might get 5 logical answers as how to proceed. She's sitting in between two extreme forces, and it's a lot of information, and this is kind of representing how all this busyness behind her is representing that energy that we have now. I mean, we have access to instant information, and with the AI in the last while becoming more and more in our lives, we really, really have to double and triple check everything. Like, the AI is getting better at misrepresenting people, and that information being spoken about you, or they can even use your voice, or do, like, there's a lot of AI technology out there that's getting better and better for scamming, all that kind of energy. So what do you do? Like the high priestess, you want to use your intuition. And so you ask the logical question, and you might get, like, let's say you get 5 logical answers. Okay, this is what you can do here. But you're wondering, but which one is best for me? Just because it's good for someone else doesn't mean that's necessarily going to work for you. And that's when you need to stop thinking and just feel with your heart and calm your mind down. Tell your mind, be quiet through meditation and prayer, and feel. And, psychosomatically, we will be able to energetically feel like the sensations that come through our body. A lot of people confuse their mind with their brain. Your mind is that thinking part of you that will, process and like your thoughts. The brain is your central nervous system, and the central nervous system is what provides us with the ability to feel sensations in our body. And those sensations are very much connected to our intuition. And so a lot of people, if they're weak energetically to some sort of information, they'll feel like that elevator dropping, boom, like that. A lot of people refer to that as that gut feeling. They'll say, trust your gut feeling. That's like, yeah, that's not the answer, not that one. That's weak. And then there might be one that really stands out to you, and it just makes you want to feel like standing up and really straightening out your spine, that saying, oh, they've really got a spine, And so this type of energy, like that feeling, just that would be the best logical answer to use. And then you can apply that logically to your situation, and see if that doesn't give you more of a creative solution to your problem. And also, she is sitting in between these 2 pillars. One of these, this is Jesus and this is the devil. So if she can do it with those 2 extremes, so can we. It's a matter of calming the mind down enough to be able to feel in your heart What do you really want here? What are your authentic desires? And then this is talking about the Ace of Cups. And so the Ace of Cups is a gift of love from the divine coming through. And this is collaboration with the universe. You deserve to have love in your life. Everybody does. And this is talking about having a peaceful love with peaceful words, harmony. The cup is overflowing. It's like talking about an overflowing, everlasting love. And out of the mud grows these beautiful water lilies. So it's saying again, it's talking about this energy right here. And so this is talking about all the beautiful love that is going to come into your, there's a shift happening, and you're being rewarded by the Most High in the universe with this gift. Okay, so we have the Four of Pentacles. So I feel like this is kind of where you're at right now. You're able to pay your bills, and you have it like this card is talking about the 3 levels of making money. It's talking about having a strong foundation. You understand how it works and all of that. But it's saying that, you know, your funds have dropped due to all of this energy that you're in. But you have enough to pay your bills and to move forward. It's also talking about going after your heart's desires and your crown and glory, which is this energy here. And this is what this promise is of coming in, that you'll be able to go after what's really in your heart, what you want. You've done the work to heal your heart. And it's time for you to be rewarded for that. And this is an energy of having your back to the city. And so having your back to the city like this sometimes can represent wanting to, like having to leave your comfort zone. It can talk about in the past maybe being sold short or playing small, like being afraid to take the risks necessary to move up to the next level in making money. And this is about taking calculated risks to be able to move forward. And this quite often can also represent leaving people that you love and that you care about, and even like leaving the city where or the home, the area where you were raised. A lot of people don't leave where they stay where they were raised. And this is talking about you having done that at some point here, or you're about to do it. So sometimes this can just be talking about leaving your comfort zone, but it also can be talking about literally getting up and moving to a new location. And we have a cup of love coming in. So this is the knight in shining armor coming in. Now that you've opened your heart up to love again with a new offer of love, this would be this promised one from here. The knight and he's walking right towards you here with this cup of love. So this actually could be your energy, or you might be offering this, but I feel like this is a cup of love coming towards you. This feels more like the energy we're talking about with the underlying energy here. And we have, when the Knight of Cups is the knight that we hear about in the romance novels and see in the movies, this is a solid cup of love that's worthy of accepting this divine love being promised to you. And then we have a King of Cups coming in to offer it. So definitely this is talking about this King of Cups. You can see the king, he's one of 4 kings in the minor arcana, and he's the most emotionally available of all the kings. He is really someone that is able to really contain his emotions, and he understands them, and he doesn't let them get away from him. He's sitting out on this concrete slab in the middle of all this water, and this rough water in tarot represents volatile emotions, mixed emotions, maybe chaotic energy. And it's kind of like he's been waiting to give this cup of love to you, to come forward with it. But he's been waiting because his right foot is forward. He's ready to do so. But he understands that you're going through a challenging time and that you need to heal your heart, or there's no way that you're going to accept this cup of love. But this is part, I feel, of the energy of the promise of a better lifestyle, for sure. And then we have, the disappointment in the past. having to heal from that disappointment and get over it and be able to move forward again. Now, if this isn't about romantic love, this can also represent some, even your own energy of loving yourself enough to heal yourself. It can be talking about that energy as well. Or like a business partner coming in, someone who really supports you in something you love to do or something you love to be. This card is talking about, this past disappointment that you're getting over here. And it's talking about this guy sitting under the tree here. And this is you, like the universe is offering you this cup of love. And you're like, oh, I don't know if I want to take another cup of love. I've had 3 relationships that didn't work out, or I've had 3 business partners, or 3 different people from my family that disappointed me in love. And I just don't know whether I can handle being disappointed again. But what are you going to do? Just sit under that tree and not come out from underneath there? I mean, this person looks pretty young still too. So, like you don't want to sit there and be disappointed and not go for this energy. So you've done the healing work, and I feel like you're going to get out from underneath that tree and accept this offer maybe. This can also be talking about romantic love. So this can be saying, talking about this energy here. Remember, I said this can sometimes be a third party energy that separates a couple, like that energy. And this could be talking about that third party energy. Now, sometimes this also can represent that in that energy, on top of everything else, there was a 4th cup of love. This can sometimes talk about a baby having been conceived in the, within that other couple. So that can be really challenging to get over. And it can also talk about, someone that has disappointed you 3 times. And they're coming back in and they're asking for a 4th chance. And you're like, no way, 3 strikes, you're out. Now, this could be a romantic partner. This could be, a partner in business, or it could be like friends, family, whoever this is. You don't feel that you can trust them anymore. You're not willing to give them a 4th chance. And that's absolutely fair. I mean, people have a tendency to show us who they are the first time around. And if they've already shown you 3 times who they are, then you can probably go with that instinct for sure. Use your intuition. And we have the Page of Swords coming in. So there's some more information coming in here. Now it's interesting because this is saying that this cup of love here after this disappointment could be coming in from someone from your past, but not someone that you've already had a relationship with. So it's talking about the Page of Swords. They would work for the king and queen at a young age, around 7 to 14. And you might think, well, that's really young, but you have to remember back then, they had like maybe half the lifespan that we have now. So this energy is talking about going back in that time, like when you were in elementary school, high school, going to university or college, or maybe just starting out and apprenticing in the workforce at some level. This is saying that it could be someone from that time frame that maybe you haven't even seen since back in elementary school, someone from way back when. And also it can be talking about someone that you know of, but you haven't had a relationship, like an intimate relationship like this with. So it's talking, or a partnership in business before, or anything like that. It's someone you know, but maybe haven't seen for 7 years, 14 years, 21 years. Sometimes that can be significant. It can also talk about information coming in that's coming in from way back, because we do have this pentacle energy. And sometimes the King of Cups can represent your paternal bloodline, your father, grandfather, great-grandfather, and sometimes like people that you look up to as, like father images. And maybe this is talking about the old energy, or something that happened way back when in the past. So it can be both a lover coming in with the cup as well as representing your paternal bloodline. The cards can have several meanings at one time. And so and also remember that all of the cards in tarot are archetypes, so they're not gender specific. So this would be representing masculine energy, but it could be a female as well. And it's so this is talking about energy or some information, communication coming in from the past, I feel. And it could also, this could actually represent, you could be a father, or you could, this could be the father of your children. If you are married and it's not a case where you have split up or it's not about romantic love, it was more about something else, this could represent your father-in-law and that bloodline. In any case, there's information, communication coming in, most likely about someone that you know of or but you haven't seen or heard from in a long time. And sometimes this can just be an energy that comes from within you where you have that epiphany all of a sudden and it's an aha moment and you're like, I've got it. I know what I'm going to do. It's that type of energy, and also like feeling like life, that there's a breath of fresh air coming into your life. So you're starting to feel a lot of relief from this energy over here. All right, so information, communication coming in. Let's see what that is. It's talking about this pentacle energy that, you know, that you've been hard at work, and maybe you haven't received the rewards here with the Four of Pentacles here, but you're about to. So sometimes, like this is sitting on this energy, sometimes this can represent some information or communication coming in. Like in the old days, this would always be in person, but this information could be like paperwork coming in, lawyers contacting you, probate lawyers, like maybe someone left you some money, an inheritance or something like that, something that your paternal bloodline possibly, or someone that you look up to, like an uncle or something like that, leaving you money in a will or some sort of, you know, some sort of something around that. This can also be like maybe like an investment that pays off way more than you thought it would, or energy, something like that. But it feels like you've been hard at work, and one way or another, the universe is going to make sure you're paid for that work. Now, this is talking about, it's the only card in the tarot where someone's actually making money, and it's talking about maybe you've completed 6 and you're on the 7th and you only have 1 to go, and then this reward comes in. Or it can be talking about you've started something new, and this, when you accepted this new cup, and that is now going to manifest into this reward that you're getting here. So it's saying, though, that you've been very focused on making money and staying on your destined path. And that's, again, being clarified that that's the energy that you're, because of that, that's going to be, the universe and God are collaborating to make sure you receive that reward. And then we have the Queen of Wands energy. So the Queen of Wands could be talking about, you know, you could be this energy, or maybe you're this energy. And this could be it's sitting right on this cup of love. And so if you're the King of Cups that's offering this love, or you could be the Queen of Wands that's been in this energy, and the King of Cups is offering this, this would represent that type of energy. It doesn't have to be, but it's most likely with this, because this is the element of fire, and the wands in tarot represent the element of fire, and they're made of wood because wood fuels fire, and it's talking about passionate action being taken here. So it definitely could be talking about this passion and new love coming in. And the Queen of Wands is holding this sunflower, and it's talking about being happy. And it's about the happiness that you deserve to have. This is like representing the energy of the sun. And the Queen of Wands is happy because in the background here is this energy of how thin the veil is between the spiritual and the physical realm, and also using that heartfelt energy, as well as your intuition, you know, as well as your logic, to come to creative solutions. So definitely this is saying this is someone that has done that inner work that we're talking about. I feel this is your energy, and that this King of Cups energy might be coming towards you with this cup of love here. It's sitting right here. And also this reward is coming in as well. For this is about lifestyle, and also about, of course, maybe the king is rich. Like usually kings are pretty well off. And so this is talking about you know, the Queen of Wands, this would be your normal, natural energy. She's sexy and a natural beauty, and she's just naturally happy. Because she finds creative solutions. And maybe you've had to come up with a lot of creative solutions to get through this energy, but now it's finally going to bring that happiness that you want. And we have the Two of Swords here, definitely talking about this energy being over with, like this energy of feeling like there's no way out. This is talking about my way or the highway energy. It has to be this or it has to be that type of energy. I feel that's this energy coming from here of feeling like people trying to control you and keep you in this energy, and you're like, no, I'm going to use my I want to use my intuition and my logic, and have an open mind to the possibilities coming in. I feel this is the energy that this dissension and this conflict energy, this is the energy being directed towards you. And I feel like it's this energy, it's talking about when this energy comes in, you won't be in this energy anymore. It's talking about having like that information that you need to let this go and move forward in this new energy. The body language wise, this is talking about feeling uncomfortable in this position, leaking energy from the masculine and the feminine, and being concerned about your your ability to thrive. When you're swimming with sharks, you have to be alert. That's for sure. And so this is also talking about protecting your heart and the logic wanting to overrule the intuition. And I feel that this is the energy. They want you to feel like, no way, I'm not falling in love again. I'm protecting my heart and I'm not trusting my intuition. I am only going to make logical decisions from this point forward, and not being able to see the opportunity that's coming towards you. So this is, I feel, the energy that is coming from here, but it's not working anymore because you're not listening to it. The blindfold can also be talking about you protecting yourself because you're using the third eye, your third eye energy, or using your intuition. And you're not giving into the fear of this. Like, and maybe in the past you were, the heart's in the throat here. And you're maybe like really like not understanding what was going on. But once you got the information, it's like a breath of fresh air. And you're like, I can get back to my happy self, that type of energy. And embrace the love from the King of Cups. So here we have it. This is someone... I feel this definitely is talking, like this can also be your maternal bloodline and your paternal bloodline celebrating because this is happening for you. But I do feel that you do accept this cup of love and you're willing to be in a traditional relationship where someone you can count on them. That it's like someone that you enjoy being with. They bring peace into your life. You don't have to wonder, what are they out and about doing? You don't have to wonder, like, are they on your side or not on your side? So regardless of whether this is in a relationship, like a significant other, or it's a business partner, or just the circle of friends that you are associated with it at, in whatever way, that you have this new energy coming in that's way, way, that's going to make you very happy, I feel. I feel like that's really, your work is all, this is talking not only is the work that you put in the 3D paying off, but all the work you did to heal this energy so that you could accept this cup is paying off. And this can be talking about, the Queen of Cups. This is usually a very stable couple, but this is also talking about having a lot of passion for each other as well. So a lot of people think, oh well, if it's too stable, it feels like it's a little bit boring, or they confuse passion with anxiety. Basically, anxiety and excitement are very closely entwined, and so people who have had maybe a challenging situation like this, your central nervous system is like high wired, right? Like you're, it's very electric. And so this is talking about having that passion for each other in a real calm way, like a loving way, and having that container and you being a container of love. So this is how you love others. And so you're finally going to get that kind of love in return. It'll be an even exchange of energy that just flows. And at the same time, it's still going to be very passionate and make you very happy for both of you. And this is talking about being on a totally new cycle at the top. I really love to see this at the top. It's saying you're moving into this energy now. It's like a blank slate moving into being in this new relationship, letting this old energy go, and a blank slate. But this is talking about, you have a little bit of baggage there. That's talking about the learning that you've had from the other cycles. You're planning to take that with you. The tattered sleeves show that as you take this leap of faith, you're not as innocent as you used to be, but you choose to approach life in an innocent manner. You don't want to be closed down in your heart. You've done that healing, and you've made a choice not to be afraid of love, not to be afraid of having a relationship again, just moving forward and taking that leap of faith. Really, really awesome energy. This is talking from the bottom to the top and back down again. We're talking about this promise coming in after hardship, and we have this reward. And look at this is like love and money, and having this ultimate lifestyle like promised for you. Will it be absolutely perfect every minute of every second of every day, or every second of every minute of every day? Probably not, because we live in an imperfect world. But it will be steady. And it's talking about the disappointments from the past you've learned a lot from them. And this is just going to be like a breath of fresh air for you. Like you're going to be so happy with this energy. This is what you're naturally inclined to be. You are that type of person that enjoys having that one-on-one love. And you are someone that can be trusted with that kind of love. So that's the kind of partner you need to have in your life. Not someone that that wants, alternative ways. This is talking about you want a traditional relationship and they want a traditional relationship. And so the Fool is moving on. This is a new cycle coming in and letting go of any, of fear around your heart, or the way that moving forward into the new, getting back to your own natural happy self, and moving out of this energy into this energy, but having that strong foundation. And it could mean that you are actually moving and relocating somewhere, whether that be physically, or it feels like moving away from where you are now. So that could be something that's happening. And yeah, when this new love comes in, maybe the King of Cups lives somewhere further away, and you're okay with that. You're like, they live in a place that I've always wanted to live. And that's another big part of it coming up for you. So I'm going to clarify this for those that want clarification. I really like this reading. I do hope you're enjoying it as well. If you're leaving the reading here and you're like, yeah, no, I don't want to jinx it, this is really good. It's nice energy to have coming in here. Thank you for your time and energy, your likes, comments, shares, subscribes. I really appreciate them all. I'm going to clarify now, and the numbers on these cards represent the numbers of the paintings in my oracle, the way they're listed in the gallery on talesfromthevector.com. And I will put them in the order they appear here. So if you want to look them up, I'll have the information in the description box below. There's also chapters designated on my readings so that you can tell where those are. So we have the Death. This is a major transition coming in for you. You may have been in this energy like since you were young. Like this could go way back to like when you were a child, even, that you've always been kind of feeling this anxiety just from maybe the family that you're in, or just in general, like that's the way it's with and it could be an energy of being bullied in elementary school or in high school, or both, and then really like that energy really making it challenging for you. This is about using your insight. That's the thing that's really amazing. Like, you notice the shark here has human teeth. So you're more likely to get attacked by a human being than a shark, even if you're in the ocean every day, statistically. And so this is about the one thing that's really good about, or not so good really, but it's a benefit of swimming with sharks, is you learn how to use your insight when you're around people. And the Pisces energy, I feel like this is talking about after healing all this energy or whatever, it's like sink or swim. Are you going to, enjoy, or are you going to enjoy your life and move into a new way, or are you going to tread water for your whole life? And I really feel that this Pisces energy, when it's coming in right now, is talking about Saturn and Neptune rule Pisces. And Neptune moved into the sign of Aries from Pisces about 3 months ago now. And this is really significant energy because Neptune's a really big planet, and it takes 14 years for it to move from one sign to the next. So for the last 14 years, Neptune has been in the sign of Pisces. And that's the senior executive, the last sign in the zodiac. And it's talking about the way you approach life. Like, how do you approach your, the systems you set up in your business? And how do you approach money? And how do you approach your relationships with people in your personal life and that? And so you've learned a few things in the past. And this is now, like, this energy's coming in right around the same time. Now, a lot of people are finding this really awkward, but I think you're really going to enjoy this energy because Pisces is now moving, or Neptune is now in Aries. And Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. It's the newborn infant. The baby is crying, and everybody's running around trying to figure out, how do we make the baby happy? And that's a lot of people are in that energy and they're not enjoying it. But I'm getting, you're totally into that. You're ready for some new energy. So this is talking about not trying to do things the same old way and being willing to move on. Like, I'm ready to change my inner circle. I'm willing to, change my career. I'm willing to move forward in a totally different way. I'm willing to embrace a new love in my life, that type of energy. So for you, this is really welcome energy. And I feel like you're going to actually really thrive on it. It's kind of like when you, it irritates a lot of people because it's kind of like when your phone updates overnight and then you wake up in the morning and you can't figure out how to use your cell phone anymore. But a few hours later, you start using it, and a few weeks later, you're like, oh, like there is some real benefits to that. It's that type of energy. And also we have this other heavy hitter here is Uranus, which moved into the sign of Gemini. And that was about 2 months ago. So like there was a lot of new energy in the last few months coming in, and a lot of people are kind of reeling from it. But Uranus in Gemini Uranus has not been in Gemini since 1941 to 1949. It takes about 7.5 to 8 years for it to move into the next sign. So we've got this new energy from Neptune for the next 14 years, and now we have this new energy from Uranus for the next 7.5 to 8 years, till 2033. Bottom line, 1941 to 1949 was the last time. That was like 75 years ago when World War II was in the swing, and the aftermath from that energy. And we're just learning about the truth of some of that energy now. Now, the bottom line is that Uranus in Gemini, wants the truth to come out. So there's all sorts of truths coming out. You can see it all over, like the internet has been, the news has been just, lots of truth coming out about what's been going on in the last while, that's for sure. And particularly in the last 8 years, it's like highlighting the news right now. And we're finding out, oh, wow, like the old systems really do, it's okay. It's good to move into new ways of doing things. We need to figure out better ways to do things. And the truth is coming out in weird ways, and it's weird truths coming out. But as long as you're on the right side of the law, spiritually and physically, this is a lot of blessings coming in for humanity, the truth coming out. Might be hard to hear, might be hard to deal with, but you're always better off knowing the truth, because then you can make strong decisions. And the sharks you've been swimming with, they're the ones that are going to be having to adapt to this new energy. And if, people who are on the wrong side of the law, they're going to really be feeling this in a much more negative way, because justice is coming in. That's the energy I'm picking up. So this is justice for what's happened in the past is coming in for you. And justice is redemption from karma as well. So I feel like you're clearing energy maybe for your whole family from way back, from maybe your paternal and your maternal bloodline. And, your ancestors are celebrating you. So this is really good. A lot of people feel that redemption from karma, or karma is punishment, but karma is actually cause and effect for your actions and sometimes your inactions. Eventually the truth always comes out, and this just happens to be, Gemini, Uranus is going to be a pain in the butt for people who don't want to tell the truth for the next 7.5 to 8 years, till 2033. If you're watching this video, in the near, in the future. So the anger, and there's a lot of people maybe that are feeling a lot of anger. You might feel a lot of anger at some of the truths that are coming out. A lot of people are. They're like, what? Are you kidding me? This is what's really been going on behind the scenes. Are you serious? Like, holy, like a lot of people are feeling that way right now. And it's righteous anger, but at the same time, you don't want to stay in this for, you want to process it and move out of it, because anger is the gift that keeps on giving. And if we stay angry, then we tend to raise angry children, and they raise angry children. And then, it's kind of like 4 generations later, you're going, why was great grandma so angry again? Do we really have to still, I don't want to be angry. I don't even know great grandma really. And I want to be happy. It's that type of energy. And then we have an energetic, definitely this is a huge energetic upgrade coming in for you. This is a breath of fresh air. You're going to be so happy. I can just feel it. This is like, yes. You're comfortable with people telling the truth. This would be like a breath of fresh air for you. Like, whoa, yay. This is really good. Like I can just feel like the happiness coming over you, and the need to be right. Yeah. Do you need to be? Yeah. Because if you're swimming with sharks, you do need to be right a lot of the time. You have to be on your toes, and not dancing either, like, like really being on your toes. So this is, I really like this energy. This is, this is more talking about a karmic space where you have to be right, because it's dangerous for you not to be. But this is also talking about you're okay with some people get into an energy where they always have to be right. You're so wrong. You're so used to being around this energy that if if people are that, if you can really believe what people say, or have faith that, okay, this is what this lover of mine, this partner of mine, I know that it's okay, that they are doing the right thing. That is going to be a breath of fresh air for you. And this is talking about, when people get in that energy though, where you don't want to have to be right all the time. To be happy, you're going to have to allow other people to be right instead of you sometimes as well. So don't make mountains out of molehills, and don't make molehills out of mountains, bottom line. And at the very top, we have some Taurus energy. You've learned a lot about love, about give and take in life, about what you're willing to, how, you know, about is it a fair exchange of energy? How much time, money, energy are you willing to invest in someone or something or a project or whatever, and the people around you? Is it a fair exchange? What do you anticipate the return to be? Is it a fair exchange between you and them? You've learned a lot about that from this path, and this is going to take you a long way on this journey. I really like this. This is good. I just want to point out that any signs that come in horoscope-wise, I'm not talking about individuals. You may say, no, Colette, there was a Pisces, there was a Taurus. You all have to use your intuition that way. My intention is not to single people out. It's to learn from the energy of each of the signs. Each one has their specialty, their strengths and weaknesses, and we can learn from that how to do things better for ourselves and make the world a better place. This is really, really beautiful energy. I'm really happy for you. We even have a 111 here. So this is an energetic portal showing up for you with that 111. It's a powerful portal of truth coming in. All right, and I will be back with another reading for you. Thank you for your time and energy for this one. Thank you for your likes, comments, shares, subscribes. I really do appreciate them all. I'll be back with another daily reading for you again tomorrow. Bye for now.